Hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for a slightly different type of video. We've been doing a lot of FIFA 17 content, but we need to look forward. I know it's not even 2017, but it's never too early to start thinking of what needs to be put into the next game. So today, I'm bringing you my FIFA 18 Career Mode Wishlist. It is, again, very early, but I feel like I've still had enough time to assess FIFA 17 Career Mode and decide what, in my opinion, needs to be changed. And there is quite a long list, because a lot of it hasn't changed from FIFA 16. I mean, there's a vast majority of stuff that hasn't changed. The only real introduction for this year was the total club management, and apart from that, basically everything fundamentally has stayed the same. So it's a little bit frustrating, but I'm going to be giving you a list of stuff that I want to see in FIFA 18 Career Mode. If you've got any additions to this, then drop them in the comments section. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think should be added to the new FIFA Career Mode game mode for next year. I'd just love to hear what you guys have to say after you've seen this video. And if you do go on to enjoy the video, then of course feel free to smash the likes button. If we could hit 200 likes on this video, that would be massively appreciated for today's video. But first of all, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is press conferences, something that has been implemented in FIFA games since I think FIFA 12, I think, was the first time they were in it. But let's be honest, they're completely useless. When have they ever done anything? I think they only marginally alter the potential result of a game in a sim. I don't even know if that's true, but they are literally pointless. I mean, you guys will know by now that they're pointless. I don't even need to explain or describe them, because they've been the same for at least 5 FIFAs now. They're just completely pointless. I'd actually rather them remove them completely than what they are now, because no one ever uses them. There is literally no point to them. What I would love to have is a situation where it's at least moderately animated, and it actually has some sort of influence on how the players perform, or maybe just their morale. You know, if you're getting asked a question about a player who's maybe homesick and you give the wrong answer, they're more likely to want to leave, or something like that, and general situations like that. And it wouldn't be hard to implement, because we've seen the press conferences being added to the Journey mode with Alex Hunter by FIFA for FIFA 17, so there's no reason why they can't actually implement that. Just cross it over onto Career Mode. Sure, it might take a FIFA's worth of work, but there's no reason why they can't ever do that, because they've already put it into a different game mode. So that's the first thing I'd like to see. Press conferences that actually mean something, that have some sort of influence on the actual career mode, and that just look a lot better and have a wider variety of questions like you have in the Journey. Multiple choice answers that actually really affect what's going to happen with the players or the teams that are in question. After that, we have got more useful news, which sort of ties along with that, really. The news section is so stale and repetitive. They have, in fairness, revamped it a little bit over the last, like, 5 FIFAs. They've changed the layout, and they do bring in the odd new template every single FIFA. But generally, it is kind of boring and also useless. I mean, the previews that you get for matches just offer nothing. They just, like, give a generic quote from one of the managers, the result, and if it happened to be between 2 teams towards the top of the table, it was a title clash, and that's really it. So I would love to see, like, a few different a bit more variety when it comes to those, or stories that actually revolved around players a little bit more, not just players who wanted to leave or transfers, but just a little bit more sort of imagination, really, because it's only previews. It's previews, reviews, and then basically transfer sagas, and that's literally it. And all of the transfer sagas and stuff have the same article. Like, there's about 2 different templates for the articles. It's so repetitive and boring to the point where I don't think I've read one in the whole of FIFA 17, because I know they're going to be the same as the ones from FIFA 16. After that, we're going to talk about youth academies, and they have improved. I wish they'd kept the menu screen from FIFA 16. I don't really like the menu screen on FIFA 17. I actually preferred it when it had its own sort of layout, like graphics layout. But whatever the circumstance, what I'm wanting to see from youth academies is actually a way of judging who your best players are in terms of how they play. I would love to be able to watch youth academy matches, or at least get results or stats from your players in the youth academy. Like, if you could tell that your striker of 15 years of age, you know, you weren't sure if he was cut out for being you know, a specific type of player, and you can go and watch the youth academy matches, and you know, if you want the next Jamie Vardy and you're thinking, well, I don't know if he's actually got the pace to be able to get past players or run in behind, and you see him score 10 goals a season like that, then you know he's the type of player that you want and he's actually going to succeed at the club. I would just love to be able to get more than just their overall when they're in the youth academy. I'd love to at least get some stats on the amount of goals or clean sheets or assists or games played by youth academy players across a youth league season, even if it's not an official youth league, even if they literally just take the youth academies of each team in the game, pit them against each other in a random Barclays Premier League style league, all the Barclays Premier League teams have their youth academies in a youth academy league, and then you can see how many appearances, goals, assists or whatever that they've all got, all the players in your youth academy. That would be lovely, because it just stops you then, because otherwise you've just got their overall. That's all you have at the moment. You've just got their overall, their attributes, and nothing really about them. Point number 4 is contract clauses, and this is probably one of the easiest things that EA could implement, because it's just such a normal thing to see in real life. Buyback clauses and sell-on clauses and buyout clauses on contracts. It's not difficult. They've been a thing in football, in real-life football, for quite some time, and I'm shocked they're not in the game already. A lot of these things, I'm not surprised they're not in FIFA yet, because they feel as if they take a lot of effort, whereas this is something that seems so blaringly obvious that it should be in the game. It would be good to be able to sign players and not just give out the contract length and the player wages and the squad role, which is quite a nice addition in itself, a squad role, but also to be able to put in some clauses, like if a player wants to have a buyout clause or a sell-on clause or whatever, the agent wants a sell-on clause, then you have to put that in. It just adds a bit of variety. It's more realistic, because you get those so often in real life. You've got a player you're not quite decided on whether they're going to succeed, and you don't really want them at the club for maybe 2 or 3 seasons, but you want the option to buy them back for the same price or slightly more. You can put that in the contract when you're selling a player or whatever. Point number 5 goes along with this a little bit more along the same topic, is more realistic AI transfers. They seem the worst they've ever been this year, actually. The issue before was scripted transfers, which still exists because David Alaba still goes to Juventus, and Thomas Muller doesn't sign for someone. Lewandowski and Benzema still sign for Manchester United, so there are still scripted transfers, but there's also this new dynamic of a team will hoard a lot of players that play in the same position, in the same window. So for me, I think West Ham bought 3 right-backs, including Hector Bellerin. Why do you need to buy 3 right-backs in one transfer window? Why do you need to do that? Manchester United buying Harry Kane, I think it was Antoine Griezmann and Alexander Lacazette in one transfer window. Why would they need that many strikers for a start? And why would they need to buy them all in one transfer window? It makes no sense whatsoever. The realism of the transfers has gone down the pan. You're getting towards the end of career modes, and like when I did my Career Mode 2030 series, you were getting an 83 rated midfielder playing in League 2. How would a team in a bigger league not have spotted him as a good player? As an 83 rated player in League 2, he's good enough to easily play in the Premier League. How would a team like, I don't know, like Tottenham not have thought, oh, he actually looks way too good for his league, we'll go and pick him up? It just makes no sense. And, you know, 80-odd rated players in the Polish league, they go to, like, Holland or Germany. They wouldn't stay in that league forever. It just makes no sense. Okay, so the final thing that I'm going to talk about then in this video, I may do a second part of this, actually, with some of your ideas in the comment section and some that I've got left over. So this will be part 1, and then I'll do part 2 at a later date. But this is the final thing that I'm going to discuss in this video, and that is better manager customization, because at the moment we've literally just got like templates that you can choose from, and I do fully expect there to be customization for FIFA 18. I don't think EA will let us down on this one, but I've still got to put it in the wish list anyway. It seems kind of random in comparison to what we've seen before, but I've got other things that I'll make sure that I put into a part 2, and again, if you guys have got suggestions, then I'll drop them into the next part as well. But manager customization at the moment, I think you've got 12 templates. They all look pretty old. There's a few black dudes, I think there's an Asian character, and there's some white dudes that you can choose from. It would just be nice if you could actually customize their face and what they wear when they're on the touchline. That would be nice to see. Maybe in as much depth as the actual players, maybe not, I don't know, but you know, when it comes to hairstyles and stuff, it would at least be nice to try and make someone who looks like yourself. or looks like whoever you're trying to make them look like, instead of just being a stock setting. There isn't even a mixed race character that you can choose, I don't think. So I'm personally mixed race, and I actually can't choose someone who looks anywhere near me, because there's no one who even has my complexion on the templates when you actually start up the game. So that's a bit annoying. For me personally, because I can't physically choose someone who actually looks like me. I have to just choose a random black dude. So that was a little bit annoying. I'd like to see that, and I'm sure they will, or at least add some more templates or something, but I would like to have better manager customization, and maybe even traits as well, or little things that they do on the touchline, so they're not all doing the same thing, like where they've got their hand on their jaw or whatever, and they look as if they're just contemplating life. It would be nice to see, you know, whether you could, like, set the characteristics or the character of the manager to being like more passionate like Antonio Conte or Jurgen Klopp, or being more tactical and sort of like reclusive, if you like some other managers, or hot-headed like Jose Mourinho or whatever. It'd be nice to have that, and have different characters on the touchline as well as different faces. Nevertheless, that is basically the end of the ideas that I've come up with for this first part of this FIFA 18 wishlist. I'll do a second part with some of your ideas and the rest of mine, so drop your suggestions in the comment section, as I would love to hear them. If you've enjoyed this video, then of course feel free to smash the likes button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. It has been, though, a pleasure ranting at you guys today for the final time in 2016. I hope you guys have a great New Year's, have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.